Hello Normans, welcome to this week's Norman News. I'm Noelle Trost.
And I'm Leo Padilla. Keep watching for more news on a new Italian restaurant.
And an update on Daddy's Home too.
Hey guys, I'm the one and only Jacob Rabbanian with this week's sports.
And I'm Alana Morgan with this week's fashion and entertainment.
Around the school in 30 minutes,
this is the Norman News.
Hey Beverly, you might not still be watching science videos in your biology or chemistry classes, but it's never too late to relish in the nostalgia of Bill Nye. If you want to take that nostalgia to the next level, then you better consult with Miss Garrett, because on Sunday, November 26th, Bill Nye will be making an appearance at the Saban Theater. On top of that, this opportunity is completely free for Beverly students. However, you have to sign up and seats are filling up fast. Talk to Miss Garrett in B21. The more you know. Natalia with news on a new Italian restaurant.
Thanks, Noelle. Last Friday on November 3rd, a new Italian restaurant named EATALY opened at the Westfield Mall in Century City. The restaurant also doubles as a market, as its 2 floors sell all types of Italian foods, including cheeses, wine, bread, and meat. The restaurant includes a pizzeria, a cafe, a butcher shop, and a cheese shop. On opening night, the line at EATALY was out the door and wrapped around the restaurant, as those who were in the first line were promised a free mozzarella cheese. EATALY is located right behind Beverly Hills High School at Century City Mall. Now to Noah with an ASB interview.
I'm all about that cheese.
Leo. Hunter, can you move that one like a little way?
Thanks, Leo. We are now here for our weekly ASB interview with Maddy and Michael, both from ASB. Michael, what's your position on ASB?
Freshman commissioner.
And what is your job as freshman commissioner?
Well, we make sure that freshmen are heard in the class and that we have a say in what goes on.
And Maddy, what's your position?
I'm sophomore representative, and we represent the sophomore class and what they want.
That's great. So what are some current events that ASB is working on?
We're working on the blood drive that's going to happen on November 30th, where many students donate blood to good causes, and that's going to be really helpful.
December 20th is formal, so everyone's looking forward to that. Should be fun.
And you guys do so much on ASB. Why do you think you joined ASB? What's your main reason for that?
My main reason for joining is to make sure that my class is heard and that we have a say, students, in what goes on in the school, because I feel like that's really important for a school.
I thought it would be fun to help plan events and contribute to everything that goes on around the school.
And then also a big event that just passed was Homecoming, which ASB hosted and was really great. So what did you guys think about it?
So after planning the things for homecoming and my first time actually attending a game because I'm a freshman, it really meant a lot because I could actually feel what it's like to be at the game, and it was really meaningful.
I thought it was a very interesting experience. After all the planning we did, it was very successful, I think. Everyone had a great time. There was so many things that helped contribute to it.
That's great. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. Thank you for watching this week's ASB interview. We'll see you next week. And now back to the desk with Jake.
Thanks, Noah. Wow. What a beautiful performance from the Dallas Cowboys. Let me tell you guys, this game was dynamic. Taking on second place team Kansas City Chiefs this past Sunday, the Cowboys battled a hell of a game in their famous AT&T Stadium. I personally tip my hat to the Cowboys receivers, Des Bryant, Terrence Williams, and Cole Beasley for playing an amazing game this past Saturday. Dak Prescott went 21 for 33 with 249 yards and 2 touchdowns. Terrence Williams went 140 yards with 9 receptions. Watch the Cowboys play the Atlanta Falcons next Sunday in Atlanta, Georgia. Next to Thomas with more sports.
Thanks, Jake. Bengals wide receiver A.J. Green got into a fight last weekend with the Jaguars cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey pushed Green to the floor, and after the play, Green reacted with putting Ramsey in a headlock and repeatedly punching Ramsey in the back of the head. Both players were ejected from the game, however, they will not be suspended. The final score of that game was the Bengals 7, Jaguars 23. Let's send it back to Jake with even more sports.
Thanks, Tomas. Another football Norman season in the books. Team 91 went 0-10 once again. The Normans fought long and hard this season. They played their hearts out each and every down in their games. The last Friday, they lost to the Culver City Centaurs 49-0. Let's see what the next Beverly Hills Normans team can do next year. Now to Alana with some entertainment news.
Thanks, Jake. We talk a lot about the same celebrities, but today I'm going to change it up a bit. Have you guys forgot about One Direction? Of course you haven't. Well, today we need to recognize their accomplishments. Hello, Normans. Apparently One Direction ties with the Beatles for a world record. I know, crazy, right? Considering that One Direction isn't together anymore. We all know the English rock band known as the Beatles, right? And we all know One Direction, but to think those two legendary groups would be tied is incredible. How are they tied? Well, good question. Some of the One Direction band members, such as Niall Horan, Harry Styles, and Zayn Malik, albums have reached #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. What an incredible accomplishment. One Direction is only one out of the two bands, but have had 3 members with #1 albums. The other group is the Beatles. That's incredible. These are such amazing groups, and it's so nice to see everyone reaching the top. Here's Riley with some news on Travis Scott.
Thanks, Alana. Travis Scott is being sued by a fan who says that he was paralyzed after attending the rapper's concert in New York City in April. The New York Times reports that Kyle Green filed a lawsuit against the singer on Friday, November 3rd, saying that he was paralyzed after being pushed from a 3rd-floor balcony and dragged on stage during Scott's concert at Terminal 5 in April. The 23-year-old has to use a wheelchair due to his injuries, which range from fractured vertebrae, a broken left wrist, and a fractured right ankle. The lawsuit names Scott, his manager, the concert promoter, and the security company for what his lawyer is calling negligence, carelessness, and recklessness. A video shared on Twitter on April 30th shows the rapper 25 encouraging a concertgoer to jump into the crowd from the 2nd-floor balcony. A lawyer from Green said that his client did not jump but was actually pushed from the 3rd floor. Let's all hope everything goes well between them two. Now back to Alana with this week's movie review.
Thanks, Riley. A new movie? You guessed it. Daddy's Home 2. Hello, Normans. In just a few days, Daddy's Home 2 will release. What is the movie about? Well, great question. Daddy's Home 2 is about, and I quote, father and stepfather Dusty Mark Wahlberg and Brad Will Ferrell have joined forces to provide their kids with the perfect Christmas. Their newfound partnership is put to the test when Dusty's old-school macho dad, Mel Gibson, and Brad's ultra-affectionate and emotional dad, John Lithgow, arrive just in time to throw the holiday in complete chaos. The rest of the movie is a mystery until you go get your tickets to go see it. Right now, we need to take a look at the trailer, so grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's new movie trailer.
Hey, how's your day? Stepdads and dads don't always get along, but Dusty and I have this co-dad thing on lockdown.
You make treats for tonight, right?
I'll hit the bakery on the way to the pageant.
Bakery? Look, you don't want me to go to the bakery.
No, I'm
Usually when you repeat what I said and you shake your head up and down, it really means you don't want me to do it.
I'm just thinking,
What? Maybe homemade? No problem, Brady. Homemade snickerdoodles come right up. Hey! Honkin' again, you better count your teeth! Thank you so much for the cocoa! Hey guys, I got a big surprise for you.
Oh, is it money? A trampoline? Another pony?
This year, Christmas, both families together.
Yay! Hello? Grandpa Kurt?
look, your father hasn't met the new evolved Dusty.
That's exactly the stuff he's gonna make fun of us for, you'll see.
Dear God. Wow. Is that him? Dress is so cool. Yet I can't picture him actually going shopping.
Dusty.
Here you go. Bring the car around on the curb.
This is Sarah's husband.
Why is he here?
Oh, because my dad's coming too. Dad! Daddy! Here's my big man!
He hasn't seen his dad in a long time.
It's only been 2 weeks, but it feels like forever!
It does,
doesn't it?
And this guy's raising your kids half the time?
Look here!
Tell the pop-up joke!
Hey, kids, I got a good one for you. 2 dead hookers wash up on the shore.
Oh, no.
No way.
He's gonna ruin Christmas, Brad, I'm telling you.
The only person that can ruin your Christmas is looking back at you from that mirror.
All I see is you, Brad.
Sorry, right here. There we go.
Still you, Brad.
All right, Leo, Daddy's Home 2. What do you know about the Daddy's Home franchise?
Right. I saw the first one and it was pretty good. It was actually a big success, and that was surprising to a lot of people. And it's just the main franchise is just off the comedy based off the obviously the polar opposites in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I watched a video of this guy named CinemaSins go through the movie and talk about all of its, its little errors. And there's a lot of errors in it. A lot of, bad plot, bad jokes. I don't know. I've had a bad impression of it.
Yeah. You didn't like it?
Off of this guy, I didn't like it.
All right.
I'll have to see it for myself. And
Well, hopefully the second one's better.
hopefully.
Yeah. Now let's send it to Adam with international news.
Thanks, guys. A Spanish court has subjected a warrant against Puigdemont and 4 others, which put pressure on the separatist campaign and is Madrid's plan of weakening popularity for the movement. The politician is also ordered for his lawyers to cooperate and communicate with the Belgian authorities. There's been no indication given about if he is going to return to Spain. Here's Gabby with the news on the atomic fingerprinting.
Thanks, Adam. With many counterfeit items being made on the daily, how can one know if they're real or fake? Well, if we asked that question a year ago, one would not know the answer. However, today, a new invention has been created, atomic fingerprinting. This is a new anti-counterfeiting method which stamps items with atomic fingerprints in order to keep fakes, forgeries, and counterfeits away. This new method can be incorporated into a holographic label and a smartphone app. With this new invention, one doesn't have to worry as much about the legitimacy of their possessions. And now to David with news on my favorite food, fried chicken.
Thanks, Gab. Are you a big fan of fried chicken and its smell? Would you yourself even like to smell like fried chicken? Well, now you have the chance. Recently, KFC and Village Vanguard, a Japanese retailer, got together to make bath salts that made a bathtub not only smell like the fried chicken oil, but also even look like a frying oil container. When the salts are dropped into the bathtub, they immediately start to dissolve and form carbon dioxide bubbles that form the illusion of frying and create a strong smell. Although it is certainly an interesting product, KFC is only offering them to 100 lucky fans through a raffle. The raffle will take place from November 1st until November 15th, and one can only be entered if they like the KFC Twitter page and also share a specific tweet. Now to Alana with an update on fashion.
Thanks, David. Beverly, Beverly, Beverly. Time to save up your money because Gucci has released some new shoes that you might not want to turn down. Gucci has now released some new athletic construction shoes. The Gucci Rioton low-top sneaker is constructed with ecru leather and sits on a structured oversized rubber midsole. That's not all, Beverly kids. This shoe features an oversized print of Gucci's multicolored logo and lettering on its side, when it's embroidered with leather lining and a lace closure. The shoe is a little expensive. The shoe is really expensive, as it currently goes for $820. But the question is, where can you buy these shoes? Well, you have come to the right place because I'm about to tell you. You can buy the Gucci Rioton sneakers at Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, Nordstrom's, and Gucci, of course. Beverly kids, these are some shoes you don't want to miss. Let's see who will be the first Beverly kid to wear these during PE or any regular school day. Here's Eva with some news on stress.
Thanks, Alana. Being a teenager is definitely stressful, but these worries go away once we enter adulthood and approach a whole new level of stress. A recent study found what specific issues cause American stress about our country. 43% said healthcare and 35% said the economy. Around 30% of people reported being stressed out about trust in the government, crime, hate crimes, and terrorist attacks. Women reported higher levels of stress than men, particularly around hate crimes, wars, and terrorist attacks. In 2017, women experienced a slight increase in their stress levels compared to 2016, and men experienced a slight drop. The fact that many Americans cited now as the lowest point in U.S. history is notable, the authors write, given that many of the people surveyed have lived through a variety of tragedies, including World War II, the Vietnam War, and of course 9/11. 45% of Americans said they have lain awake at night this past month due to stress, compared to 40% who reported doing so in 2016. Still, there have been some positive outcomes to national stress levels. Just over half of Americans said that the state of the country has inspired them to volunteer and support causes they love, and 59% have taken some kind of action, like signing a petition or boycotting a company due to its political or social views and actions. And now to Leila with an opinion.
Thanks, Eva.
You've all heard about the reconstruction of the football fields, but you haven't heard how it affects and will affect our school players. I reached out to Greg Carter or DJ Northbound, and he said, quote, "There's better fields, better turf, you can go faster, and there's more space for drills." He also said that there was a problem last year, and when we had an old field, he told me that he would fall and he would get a huge scrape. Now, with the new field, it is safe and the falls are less bloody, he says. The old turf was outlived by 5 years, which became obvious when it was noticeably breaking down at a fast rate. The new field will also be more organized and stronger, with more lines for football, girls and boys lacrosse, and baseball. Other upgrades include higher performing materials and require less maintenance than before. Let's send it to Leo with Community News.
Thanks, Leila. Lastly, due to construction, the famed Beverly Hills Lily Pond will now be closed for more than a month. Starting this past Monday on November 6th, the public was denied access to the pond. The pond is estimated to be reopened to the public between 1 to 2 months. And now to Jacob with weather.
Recording 3, 2.
Hello, my name is Jacob, swimming at this week's Kbev weather. Let's check this week out. So today, starting at 1 p.m., it will be a high of 72, and throughout the night, it will go down to around 63 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 69, and throughout the night, it will get colder like yesterday at around 60 degrees. Friday, on your day off, the high will be 70 degrees, but partly cloudy. Saturday will be a high of 71 and also partly cloudy. Sunday, while you do your homework, it will be partly cloudy and the high will be 74 degrees. On your day back to school next week, it will be 74 degrees and partly cloudy. Tuesday will be clear and a high of 72. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks for tuning in.
That's all for this week.
There's no
Tune in next week for more
Norman News.